Alright guys, I want to show you how to do the hurricane tracking lab that is the next lab in our earth science unit. This is the first thing you're going to want to do for all of you remote kids is to go on to the class documents, which are located right here at the bottom. Click on the link and then you'll see another folder that also says class documents. Double click that. You're going to go to labs. It now says unit 2. We're into unit 2, so click on that. And then you're going to see 3 different files. One of them is called the Hurricane Tracking Lab. You might as well open that up and open it up with Google Docs. You're going to probably want to make a copy for yourself because you're going to be writing all your answers right in here and submitting that. Okay, so this is the thing that you're going to be submitting, and this is the thing that you're going to want to type all your answers into. Okay, so Hurricane Tracking Lab is number 3. Now, the other thing that you're going to need to do, this is kind of a paper and pencil lab. You're going to need a chart, a hurricane tracking chart. Now, I put 2 of them up here. This one is the one that the kids have in class. It's really big. I'll show you how big it is. Okay, it's a very large 11 by 17 piece of paper. So they have this one. Now, most likely you don't have access to big paper at home, so I put a smaller one online for you. You can see it's a PDF file. It's smaller. It's just a normal size piece of paper. And you can print this out at home. You're going to need to print this. So make sure you have a printer available and print this chart. Okay. Once you have printed that chart, you're going to be plotting the hurricanes onto this chart. You'll see on the right-hand side is latitude. On the bottom is longitude. So you're going to need those values on the chart. Okay, so print that one. It doesn't have to be in color. Print it in black and white. All right, so let's go back to this hurricane tracking. These are the questions. You'll answer these later. Let's come back to that. But down on the back, you'll see there are 4 hurricanes. Okay, there's Hurricane Laura from this year, Dorian, Florence, and Maria. What I'd like you to do is pick either Laura or Dorian, and then Florence or Maria. So you're going to do 2 hurricanes, one from the top and one from the bottom. I don't care which ones you do. I probably can guess which ones, but just pick 2. Okay, one from the top and one from the bottom. And then what you're going to look at are the latitude and longitude values that are located on here. These are the numbers that you're going to plot. So for every latitude and longitude, you need to plot a dot on the graph. Okay? So for example, let's say Hurricane Maria, the first latitude and longitude given to us is 13.3 degrees north and 55.6 degrees west. Now I know it doesn't say west and it doesn't say north here, but the negative means west, okay, for longitude. All right, so I'm going to go to my whiteboard here, and I'm going to look at my chart. What I want to do, I'm going to just zoom in on this a little bit, get a little bit closer. You can see this a little bit better, as best as you can, okay? So that first value was 13.3 and 55.6. So I need to find that on the bottom, okay? And you can see it's actually off the page here. Here's 13, here's 10. Every line is 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 15. So I need 13.3, so it's just past 13, so I'm right about here. And then I need to go all the way over to 55.6, which is way over here. 55 is there, there's 55.6. So I'm going to be plotting a dot approximately right here. Okay, so that's my first point. All right, so every one of these, and when you do them, here's my suggestion. Cross it out once you've done it, right? So you don't do that one again. And then you're going to do the next one and the next one and the next one and so on. Once you have them all plotted, you're going to connect the dots in a curved line. This is kind of an approximate path. I approximated what Hurricane Laura looked like, kind of like that. It's a little kind of C shape there. All right, so you're going to have a bunch of dots on there and just connect them with a line. After you do that, you'll notice that every one of those hurricane plots has a value next to it which represents the wind speed. So if the wind speed is of a value that's greater than 74 miles per hour, it is a category 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay? So for example, right here for Hurricane Florence, 105 miles per hour, I know that that is a category it is a category 2 storm. Okay, how do I know that? Because it's on this chart right here. Anything from 96 to 110 miles per hour is that. So I'm going to color code this. I'm going to give these all colors. So tropical storm, category 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I don't need you to do tropical storms. They can just be a regular dot. But category 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we're going to give it some color. So pick 5 colors. And every time it's a category 2, you're going to go back through on your chart. And wherever that dot is located, you're just going to highlight that little dot, just color it in, okay? Or highlight over top of it. And then category 3s are going to be a different color, and category 4s, and so on and so forth. So you're going to have some color on this line here. So you should have some dots that are not colored and some dots that are according to their wind speed, according to their category. Okay, you might want to go through here and just say, okay, this one is a category 2 storm. This is just a tropical storm, right? 140 miles per hour, that's pretty fast. That's a category 4 storm. So I'm just writing the numbers on there. That way I know, okay, so I don't have to go back through and do any conversions later on. Okay, so that's just a little tip for you. So you're coloring this chart as well. All right, now after you've done that, you have some questions to answer. Remember, you're doing 2 hurricanes on the same map. Then you're going to answer all of these questions that are listed here, and you can just type in your answers right in here. All right, the last question is a little tricky, so I want to show you how to do that. It says pick a hurricane that you plotted, doesn't matter which one. Use the distance scale on your map to estimate the total length of your storm track for hurricane whatever. Write down whatever hurricane you're doing. Use that value to estimate the average speed of the storm per day. That's important. Show all your work below. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come back to our map here. I need to measure the entire length of the storm. So from the beginning all the way to the end right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab I just grabbed the Post-it. Grab a piece of paper, start marking along, kind of stay along the line here, and I'm going to mark it, and I'm going to try to stay with the curve so I know this is the length of my storm. Even though it's kind of curved, I'm just making it a straight line. It gets to about there, and then a little bit more than that. So right here, probably should have used a bigger piece of paper. Okay, but I have basically from here to here, that way and that way, is the entire storm. So what I need to do is I need to figure out how long that is on my scale here. So from here to here, that's 500. Okay, from here to there is 400. This is 500. This is 400 approximately. All right, and then I have a little bit more, that little bit right there from there to the corner, that's probably about 150. So now I'm just adding these numbers together. That's 500 plus 400 is 900 plus 150 is 1,050. So my total distance is 1,050. And by the way, it doesn't tell you, but it says mileage scale, so that's miles. Then I have to come back to this and say, okay, how many days was that for Hurricane Laura? Well, it was August 25th all the way to August 28th. So about 3 days, okay, total. So you just divide that by 3 days, and that'll give you your answer, okay? And that'll be miles per day, and that's fine. All right, how fast is it moving in miles per day? So that will be the answer to that last question on number 7. And you can just show your work by typing in what you did here, okay? And then you're just going to submit this to us by sending either me or Mr. Person an email with the attachment of this. And then you're saying, well, how do I attach my map? Here's what you're going to do about that. Take a picture of your map, and I'm talking about this map here. Okay, take a picture of it and send that as a picture and send that through the email as well. So I'll have a document as well as a picture of your map. Okay, and I believe that's it. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. All right.